If you have pain, swelling, fatigue, or stubborn weight that won't move, inflammation is almost always the common denominator. But here's the problem: most people are chasing symptoms instead of the causes. Today, I'm walking you through the 7 main drivers of inflammation that I see over and over again. And if you tried diets and supplement and pain relievers that didn't work, this might finally make sense. Come watch it. Inflammation is triggered by a poor diet. So how many of you know you have a poor diet, but claim you don't know why you have inflammation? A poor diet, eating ultra processed foods. That's that fast food. That's that junk. That's that stuff in a box. That's that stuff in a bag. That's that stuff that don't look like real meat. That's that deli meat, that's that bacon, that's all of that ultra processed foods. Those foods cause inflammation. Why? Because it starts with your liver, can't break it down, can't get rid of it. And most of the ultra processed foods are loaded with chemicals, things that our liver's like, what is this? I don't even know what this is. It's making me sick. So when we eat a lot of chemically laced foods, it causes long-term inflammation in our body. And then when we eat a lot of refined sugars, and some of you don't even realize in the morning when you're going to get that coffee, you got to go to one of those coffee houses and you ask for all of this sugary stuff in it. Do you know how much damage you're doing? And not only that, I want you to think about this. For all of you who feel you have to get coffee first thing in the morning, and then you lace it with all the sugar and all of these different things to make it delicious because that's what they're selling it for. You're feeding your brain sugar first thing in the morning, okay? And it's doing a blood sugar spike, and then you're gonna crash. A lot of times our crashes, we become irritable, we become hard to deal with. We are setting ourselves up for failure without even knowing that we are setting ourselves up. So coffee is good, but all of the stuff that you put in that coffee, that is a problem all day long. And that I'm bringing that up is because that can cause inflammation, long-term inflammation. Refined sugar causes long-term inflammation. Factory seed oils, for all of you who cook with all of the canola and the vegetable and the soybean and the corn oil, those seed oils are destroying your inner organs. Your liver can't handle it. Your gut can't handle it. Your kidneys can't handle it. And over time, you wind up with so many health issues, and nobody's relating it back to the food that you ate for years and years and years. I know my parents are from the South, and my mother did a lot of frying. She doesn't do much of that anymore. And even if she do, she's using olive oil or avocado oil. But corn oil was a thing in my house. Back in the day, it was Crisco. I mean, it was serious. But all of that damage, and then when you realize you had a cousin or uncle or aunt that died or had a stroke, nobody connected that years and years of Crisco and all of those fatty things that we were putting in our body that was clogging up our major organs. But again, factory seed oils causes inflammation. Artificial additives cause inflammation. All that fake stuff that they're putting in our foods causes inflammation. And these are the things that we are dealing with. Another thing that causes inflammation is a leaky gut. So many of us have leaky gut. So what is leaky gut? That's when your gut lining leaks out. Things are leaking out, foods and toxins. So your gut, let's just picture it, it has a wall, a lining. And over the years, a lot of little punctures got in the gut. So now things can seep through. Bacteria can come in and out. Your foods and things like that, they leak into your bloodstream. And then your immune system goes on high alert, constantly fighting what shouldn't be there. So that's an easy way to explain what leaky gut is. But that's one of the reasons why we deal with chronic inflammation. And a big one is chronic stress. Everybody can raise their hand about stress. Stress is a problem. This world gives us stress. Life gives us stress, our job gives us stress, our family gives us stress. I understand. But you have to understand, and for you to be able to cope with this stress that's coming in from every direction, you're going to get it no matter what. If you eat right, that stress will be handled. Again, it's something that I can relate to. Changing your diet and eating healthy foods and feeding your minerals and giving your brain what it needs and giving your gut what it needs, because your gut, 80% in your gut, your hormones are produced there, and serotonin and dopamine. Well, if your gut is jacked up, your body's not getting your serotonin and your dopamine. So you're that person, you're angry all the time, you're irritable, you just can't, and stress is going to take you through the roof. But when we change our diet, that's how we heal our gut. When we change our diet, that's how we improve our liver health. When we change our diet, that's how we actually can improve our mental health. It all stems from eating, all stems from food. Another problem that causes inflammation is a toxin overload. Oh my gosh. So many of us are dealing with toxins in our body and are clueless about it. So when I say toxins, I'll start with heavy metals: aluminum, mercury, lead, cadmium, arsenic, uranium. These are things that you guys hear, but you never think that it's in your body. Well, most of us have these things. One of the big reasons why we are carrying around toxins that I mentioned, heavy metals, is from our tap water. If you were, and I've done this through my group, but I'm going to give you where you can go and check your water out. And when you check your water, you're going to be mad. You're going to want to fight the county. You want to fight everybody. Go to ewg.org. ewg.org. At the top, you're going to see where it says tap water. Click that. Put your zip code in and watch your mind be blown when you see how much chemicals is in your water. And when it identifies it, it's going to show you that it's a cancer-causing effect, potential cancer. It's going to make you crazy. But again, this is how we wind up with these toxins that wind up giving us inflammation, that winds up giving us all sorts of health issues, and why we all running around here acting crazy. It's not us, it's the environment. What I do is I'm just helping to teach you to be aware of your surroundings. Nobody wants to die and nobody wants to get sick now. Dying is we can't help that. But nobody wants to die young and nobody wants to die in pain. If we had a choice, I know if I had a choice, I want to die in my sleep. Easy. Okay, so we don't want to be suffering for something that we may not have no control of, but you do have control of what you eat and how you eat. So toxins is a problem. Our tap water is a reason for the toxins. Another thing that we get in our body and aren't aware of it is parasites. 1 in 3 people is walking around with parasites. That is a big deal. Big deal. The CDC is addressing parasites. They're talking about it. You guys type in parasites and how common is it? And you will see that it is very common. But toxins like that causes this chronic inflammation in our body. And then we have hidden infections that we don't know about, like Candida, yeast. Yeast is a problem. It agitates our immune system, which will cause flare-ups of inflammation. And also, this is a big one. A lack of movement and sleep. For all of you who think it's cute to say, I went to bed at 4 o'clock and I woke up at 6 and I'm not tired, you are doing a disservice to your body. Your body needs a minimum of 8 hours sleep. And if you're not giving your body a minimum of 8 hours sleep, you are setting yourself up for inflammation, for disease, and so much more. The body needs the resting stage. Did you know that's your fasting stage? Did you know that you fast? Many people think they have to physically fast to fast. Well, you're fasting when you close your eyes at night and when you have had your last meal at maybe 7 o'clock and then you don't eat again until maybe 9, 10. You just fasted for 14 hours. So that extra fast that you think you have to do, you're doing it. God made the body able to fast. We have to fast. Fasting is a part of where the body goes into repair and fix mode. When we go to sleep, your body's like, okay, she's sleeping, y'all. Get up, everybody. You know what you need to do. And all the organs start working, repairing, revitalizing, all of that. So sleep is very important. But a lack of movement or a lack of sleep will make you have what I would call a sluggish lymphatic system. And a sluggish lymphatic system, or it's going to cause that, or you're going to have a stuck, your liver, all of that causes inflammatory chemicals to stay elevated. So we need to sleep. But many of you say, I can't sleep. I wake up in the middle of the night. That's a liver problem. That's a detox problem. If you can't sleep through the night and you wake up in the middle of the night and you got to go pee, or you just wake up and you're looking at the ceiling, that's a liver problem. Let me round all this up for you. Any health issue that you're dealing with, you need to look at your liver. Your liver is the hardest working organ in your body. Your liver does
500 jobs for you, and there's no exaggeration on that number, 500. It is the main source for everything. It's the command center for how you burn fat. Your liver decides whether you lose the weight or you keep the weight. If the liver is not working well, you will keep the weight. And that's why every time you try to lose weight, you might lose a few pounds, but you can never lose the weight that you have put on for so long. That's your liver. So we need to detox. If we detox our body, and understand, God made this body with the ability to detox on its own. We have 5 detox pathways. The liver is the #1 detox pathway. Then comes our kidneys. We have 2 kidneys, and their job is to detox waste out, and they have other things that they have to do. Then we have our lymphatic system, and we have our skin, the largest organ in our body. It's a detox organ. And then we have our colon, or our digestive system. All of that, they are there to detox our bodies, to help flush out the junk and the stress and the toxins. But when we live the type of life we live, our pathways get clogged, they get backed up, they start to get damaged from different things, from chemicals, from medication, from all sorts of things. And this is where we wind up with all of this inflammation.